Hello everyone, I'm going to be doing today is teaching y'all how to learn a character in Tekken. One thing that I see a lot on YouTube and also on Twitter and other sort of sites like that, are videos that just teach you how to do character combos, which are helpful, but combos can only get you so far if you're not taking damage, if you don't know your character's best buttons and their ranges, situations, and so on. So I'm going to be teaching you how to learn a character. What you want to do first is go into training mode, and then I'm going to go over a character I know very little about, which probably be Negan. Doesn't matter which one you get, which costume, like a classic one though. And then just whichever training dummy you like, doesn't matter which one. As for the stage, it doesn't really matter. I want to go for a nice neutral looking stage that's not terrible on the eyes. Probably uh about Precipice of Fate. Now it's somewhat of a tedious process, but once you get used to Tekken's training mode, it won't take long at all to quickly go through a character's moves and just see what they have. Okay, getting past Harada's barbecue, and here we go. Now, there's a few things I always look for whenever I first look at a character. I see, do they have a sway? Negan does not have a sway. Does he have a crouch dash? No crouch dash. Now, does he have an advancing jab? Yes, he does. Now, what an advancing jab is, some characters have a move, a button that is different from their jab, where it's just if you press forward in one, it's going to be a completely different move than just pressing one. But an advancing jab gives you a little bit more distance covered with your normal jab. So good to have. It also helps you keep pressure up in some situations. And then we're going to look for, does he have, thank you Skittles, does he have a down forward 2 launcher? Yes, he does. It's 15 frames, so it's standard to all the other, most other down forward 2 launchers. And then we're going to see, does he have a magic 4? And if you want to know how I did test counter hits easy, you just press all 4 buttons at the same time, gives you key charge. And then, as you can see, he does not have a magic 4, but his 4 is 12 frames. Got some decent range, but nothing fancy. And I know that Negan has a stance, but we'll go through that stuff later on. So we're going to go to move list. He's got some stuff in rage. He's got some different rage combos, rage drive starters. But we're just going to start with his first string. It's going to be 1-1-2. So first 2 hits hit natural. Second one must need to be counter hit. Won't even hit on counter hit. So let's see if what happens if that does give a knockdown, and it looks like it'll give guaranteed. We can look through the guaranteed punishes later for him. I imagine if they get hit counter hit in the first one, second one's guaranteed. Yep, that second one's guaranteed. So went through that string. So let's look at a second. 1-2. Oh, I have counter hit on. Let's turn that off. We don't need counter hit on right now. So that looks like it may be his 10 frame. 10 frame punish. And then the next one is the same thing, but he goes into intimidation. And we'll look over intimidation later. And heavy rain, let's see what this is. Alrighty, that looks like what happens if the second hit hits counter hit. What happens if the third hit hits counter hit? So that is a launcher if the final hit, the third hit hits counter hit. And third one, his next string, it's 1, 2, 4. Ooh, that hits natural. That must be his 10 frame. Yep, that is a 10 frame punish. 29 damage, not bad. Wait. Yep. You want to check. You want to make sure the second CPU option is guard all because it will guard against unnatural strings. There we go. Little nice 10 frame punish. Doesn't give a knockdown, gives good damage, and he's only +1. Not bad. Could be better though. And 1, 4, 2 happens if 4 hits counter hit. Then, ooh, +6, 40 damage. What happens if the last hit hits counter hit? +10, and they're knocked down. He might be able to get some guaranteed damage off that. And Shin Smasher. Let's see, it's going to be 2, 1, 4. Okay, this is very, very similar to Brian's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 string. So it goes bump, bump. Wonder if the second hit hits counter hit is the next hit confirmed. Yep, next hit's guaranteed if the second hit hits counter hit. Let's see. Does the final hit knock down? Knocks down, may get guaranteed damage. Okay, and then let's see. -14. Looks like they recover crouching. We can check that though. If you have the frame data downloaded, you can see the status that they are in. It says standing right now. Oh, nope, they do recover standing. But Negan, alright, looks like he can press 2 twice and put the opponent into crouching off 11, off of I-11, which is good. There's not a lot they can do there, except for, depending on the character, most characters can only do wall standing 4, which unless you're like Leo, you're not going to get much off of it, I think. Yeah, you're going to get a few frames off it and some damage, but that's about it. See what happens if... Okay. Okay, if this third hit hits counter hit, he gets a knockdown. What happens if the last one hits counter? He moves really far with that. Knocks down, okay. Double headshot. High mid string, -5 if it's blocked. That's not terrible. Oh, ooh, but it is 40 damage and forces them to recover crouching on counter hit. That's pretty good. Happens if the last hit hits counter hit. Knocks down. Okay. So let's see. Switch hitter. Ooh. Ooh. Might be a 13 frame punish right there. Ooh, I wonder, does this wall splat? Ooh, that wall splats. 13 frame punish. Use that at the wall if the opponent's -13. That's not bad at all. But what is it when it's guarded? -14. So he's gonna eat 14 frame punish from most characters. Not gonna be a launch unless they're fighting like Brian. Still, -14 could be a little risky. Not bad though. Good 13 frame punish. Intimidation. Yeah, this is his stance. So then, whew, 14 frames, it's not bad. It's +8 if it hits, so it can go. He can even stop it and go for some frames if he wants to. Whew, that is beefy. Beat down. Let's see. 20 frame, he definitely gets guaranteed damage off that. I can already tell. Push kick. Can stay in intimidation there. And corpse kick also keeps him in intimidation. It's a mid. What happens if they block that though? What's he at? If -7, but I don't think he can block an intimidation. Then corpse kick. Let's see. -7. Knockdown. Grand slam. I know what this is. Yeah. This move is really good. 15 frame launcher, armored, tracking, and it corkscrews. On hit, he gets a combo. It is a high though, but what happens if it's blocked? Mm, Only -9, that's not bad. But it is high, so you can eat a full punish if the opponent crouches. And I've been told you can't tech that. I will test that later though. Then I think this is an unblockable. Yep. You can just cancel that back and into intimidation. Yeah. He also cannot dash, can't duck, he can't sidestep in intimidation. So that is important to keep in mind. You can cancel it by pressing 3-4 again. Blast off. -20, but this is got some good range. And what's the knockback? Pretty big knockback, but most characters can punish that no problem. Ooh. 21 frames. Think they recover low? Oh no, they don't recover standing. Okay. I'm willing to bet that knocks down. Okay. It's +13 there. I don't think it'll be guaranteed though. Come on. No guaranteed damage. They can still block in that, but they're gonna have to hold those 13 frames. And shove. I think this is like King's shove, where if it gets counter hit, yeah. Yep. So you are +14 there. It is kind of like King's. Wait. Okay, he goes into intimidation after that. So keep that in mind too, that if you get counter hit shove, he goes into an intimidation. Yep, shove to intimidation. Base grinder. This move is really good, I know that. From 14 frame counter hit string, and if you get counter hit, get 52 damage. Right, shock and awe. Whew. That's definitely gonna wall splat. That's from 18 frames. Good advancing button. So you think they're gonna rush in, just bah, pop them with that. What happens if they second hit hits counter hit? Nothing. It just still hits them. Yep, this is another another armored launcher. 24 frames, kind of like Miguel's. Which Negan is a lot like Miguel, except he's probably not as good as up close as Miguel is though. But Negan has some really good long range options. So, what is this unblock? -15, so this is launch punishable by most of the cast. But it is armored, so you can maybe blow through some fake pressure with that. but be careful. You don't want to don't want him to block it. Tripwire. Little evasive move. It must knock down on counter hit. Looks like it. Nope, he just gets +5. Not bad. Kind of wish he could, like, do back 2-3 and get a sidestep right, but eh. Sure, there's some use against, like, a Mishima. Let's see. Side swipe smash. Okay, this is his down forward. So he does get a follow-up off his down forward 1, which is good. A lot of characters like Kazumi who have follow-ups off down forward 1 are really good. And then imagine that's a launcher. Yeah. He's got second hit, hits counter hit. Ooh. Doesn't. Okay, he does get corkscrew off counter hit and normal hit. It must be combo filler. That's what it looks like to me. Like it goes ba ba ba. Something along the lines of that. Then tenderizer. +7 off down forward 1, check. That's not bad. What is that on block though? -11. So off of Mishima, he's gonna eat knockdown if they wanted to do flash punch combo. Otherwise, it's not terrible. Let's see. Can go in intimidation too, so we can get that mix up. Blood Moon has his down forward 2 launcher. We don't really need to go over that more, except it is -14. Launch punishable if you're against Brian or someone like that. But little safer to throw out against other characters. Can't go into intimidation off of that, so there might be some combos where he can do that. Scottish Maiden, let's see. 15 frame mid. Uh, -11, if that, let me guess. +4, they recover standing or crouching. Cover. Looks like he recovers crouching. Hard to tell though. It says standing. Mid -14. That one's a mid. What happens if this hits counter hit? Knockdown. Another knockdown. Nothing special there. Let's see, this is +6. Okay. What happens if it hits counter hit? Not combo filler. Must be because that does have some range. Negan does have good spacing. He's got some good spacing tools to check opponents from running in. He does get intimidation off of this though, and intimidation is very good. What happens if that hits counter hit? +17. That'll definitely wall splat though if that hits counter hit. So you can get something at the wall there. Let's see. So this is a lot like Brian's down forward 2-1 and then down forward 2-3, where this is guaranteed on natural hit, but this is only guaranteed. Is this guaranteed? That's guaranteed on counter hit, but on block it won't jail. So if you're gonna do that on block, they could crouch it. But if they do crouch it, you can go to knee lift and get a knockdown. And not even knockdown, just check them if they're going mid. Let's see. That's going to be -9. Ooh, it's maybe even better because Brian's is -13 and it keeps him up close. It's +1 on block though. Something to keep in mind, and no exceptions. Hold on, excuse me. Okay. So, minus 14 forces them to recover. Looks like they recovered crouching, though. And only like Kazuya would be able to punish that with a launch. Not only him, I'm sure there are others. But let me guess. On counter hit, yeah, counter hit gives knockdown. He may be able to get a combo off of that. And bad break. Ooh. See, 17 frames plus 2. Recover crouching. Then on counter hit does really good damage. What is it on block? Minus 9 on block? That's not bad considering you can get 50 damage. Death penalty. Kneecapper. Down 3 does 12 damage. Not terrible. Keeps him standing too. Lows that where you recover standing are good. Little less range than Brian's down 4, which is I think one of the best down 4s in the game. And this is still good. 15 frames. Hard to react to if possible, even if you can. And then bang. That's what I call this move. Agony to Intimidation. Plus 7. This is a scary stance because you gotta guess what he's gonna do after that on block. It is minus 14. So a lot of characters can get a knockdown off minus 14 from crouching. Characters like Kazuya can get a launch, so be careful when you're fighting those characters. Low sweep does leave them off axis. Plus 7 to, let me see, minus 13, yeah. Think Twin Pistons will launch. I know Brian's Snake Rampage will definitely punish that. So it's not bad, but... Ooh. Wait, yeah, if they don't... Hmm. If it's... We'll see. We'll see. Violent Siege. 22 frames. High. Let's see. Counter hit. Counter hit puts them in knockdown state. Ooh, he can charge that. And turn that into an unblockable? Let's see. Yeah, he can turn that into an unblockable tracking. And it puts him in intimidation if he holds it. Molotov cocktail. Kind of like a down forward one to check from further out, it looks like. Check for crouchers. And it's minus 10, even if the first one hits, so... But he does get a knockdown if it hits counter hit. Kind of reminds me of Jack's back 1 to 2. Kind of what it reminds me of. And then backswing brain bash. I know what this is. Ooh, 68 damage. Ooh, only 68 damage on counter hit. Is tracking too. Only minus 11 if it doesn't hit counter hit. This is a good move though. It is high, but it tracks. So if you think that the opponent's gonna do like sidestep and launch, try and launch something, this is a really good move to counter that with. And backswing funeral. It's not punishable. And does knock down on counter hit. And murder stomp. 22 plus 5. Let's see. Counter hit does. Does he get something guaranteed off that? Ooh, he gets guaranteed off 11 frames. That's actually really good. Guarantee plus 40, 42 damage off a low. Minus 12 on block though. And go to concussion kick. 20 frame mid. Looks like it's got some good range. Counter hit, it is a launcher. -9 too. -9, 20 frame. That's not terrible. It's basically a worse Brian back one, which is still a good button, even if it's worse. And a Wretched Hammer. Grabs this hits counter hit. Ooh, that is a beefy launcher. Yeah, can definitely do some damage with that. It's +4 if it on block too. Yeah, this is 2 frames slower than Brian's back one, but ooh, this is a good button. Good stop. It knocks down on hit too. That is, in some situations that's better. In some situations that not is not. I'm sure it's as good at the wall though if it hits. Let's check that. Yep, it wall splats on hit too. It's not bad at all. Matador takes a step back and then swings. It'll crumple on hit. Interesting. What does that do on counter hit? Same thing. What is this on block? Can't even test that with that method. -20 on block. Interesting. Nightmare Slice. Sure. What the? Not exactly tracking. This might be used in some combos. Looks like it's got some short range, even against like out here. Yeah. Takes a step forward at least, but interesting. This is a strange button. And Raging Bull. Not exactly a hop kick. 29 frames. Does low crush, but goes in the air. Ooh, I think I know what this does. Yeah, that's a counter hit launcher. This is pretty good. You can keep some block pressure going. Make him guess. Not bad. Does launch on counter hit. That's pretty good. +18 on hit. 18 frame startup. That definitely splats at the wall though. Let's just double check on that though. Yep. What is it on block though? -9. That's not terrible. Turn is going to be over, but it's got some range, so if spaced well, there's not going to be a lot they can do about it. Let's see, this 18 frames, you can choose to stay at +8 too. Interesting. And then what is that on block? -20 if you follow through, so just literally everyone can punish that with a launch. Even Steve. Only -4 on the first hit though. So can he hit confirm that? It looks like you can hit confirm, which is important for this kind of string. This is kind of like Brian. It's kind of like Brian's backswing blow. He goes to sway, quarter circle back two. Except second hit's a mid, which is good and bad because if they go to crouch, for some reason, they'll get hit by it. Savior spike. Yeah, that's a wall bounce move. These are typically minus though. Oh, this is +4. And it's mid? It's ooh. 24 frame startup, but Negan has he's got good range. Like, that'll hit from out there. Whew. He's got some good range on this. Yeah. Your opponent's back's to the wall. Hit him with that. Smack him. Gutless. 28 frames, but seems like you can step it to his left, your right. What is that on block? -6. It is a bit slow though, so I'd say use this sparingly. Secret weapon? Oh yeah, it doesn't have a crouch dash. It does have a quarter circle forward input though. 14 frame knockdown. He's a knockdown and hit. What's it on block? -19 though. Hmm. Rush down. It says wall running 2. Let's see, is it like Dragonov's? He's +9. Why do I not see more Negans use this online? That's good. What's it on counter hit? Hmm, nothing really. Still a knockdown, still good. Then we're going to his wall standing moves. So this looks like, ooh, 12, that's his 12 frame punish. 31 damage off 12 frames. He's +7 afterwards. And he can go into intimidation, that's good. Alice impact. Yep, 15 frame launcher. Fifth is 15 frame punish. Not bad. Go into intimidation 2 there. Hmm. Shock and awe. Isn't that? Yeah, you can do that from crouching too. Which could probably be used to scare some people. What is that? What's that version on block though? -7. -19. Yeah. What's that on counter hit? Knockdown. Hmm. And he does recover standing, but -13. During right sidestep. Looks like it's like Brian's sidestep 1. What is it on block? So this is natural hit launcher. High natural hit launcher, -8. Okay, it's basically Brian's sidestep 1, which is good. It's good for catching people that are unaware. They're trying to rush in on you. It's really good for that. And it looks like it'll corkscrew, so if they're going for like a hop kick, you'll just get the screw there. And then no look swing. Let's see. Player status. Player direction, back. So if your back's ever to your opponent, you can get, looks like you get 14 frames, 14 frame mid that'll knock down and give you some space. That's what Negan's about. He just wants his space. -10 though, so that's not terrible. You will at least be back towards your opponent. You never want to have your back facing your opponent because they can just throw out strings and you won't be able to do anything about it. And while enemy is down, opponent status down. So yeah, if your opponent's fine with staying down, you can, this looks like the button to use. 18 frames, yeah. Like with Brian's kickoff, which is Brian's best button to use if people don't want to stand up. This is going to be your button to go to if your opponent's fine with maybe staying down for a bit. Then let's see. Ooh, let me in. Maybe he needs to hold it? Oh no, yeah, no. It says he can go into Power Crush from he's like an armored stance transition into intimidation. So wonder what happens if they hit him while he's doing that. Just nothing. He just eats them. He just eats those hits. And throw into the fire. His normal throw doesn't side switch though, which is good. Wonder, does that throw? Wonder if this throw will wall splat. It doesn't. But they are feet towards face down, which is very bad to be. It takes the longest to stand up from there than any other get up. And this is his normal grab. 40 damage, and I believe this would be a 1-2 throw, 1-2 break, and it does more damage. 12 frame startup, yeah. And let's see, because back throws normally give you some really good advantages because they're really hard to pull off. That's not it. 50 damage, not as good as say Jax, but still a lot. Alright, now let's see what his rage does. Save that for last. Go into rage. Alright, so then that is definitely a combo starter. And then that he can hold it down to side switch with Rage Drive 3. Rage Drive 2 was a wall bounce, so you can use that at the wall to bounce your opponent off of it. Easy enough to understand. Then what happens if they guard? +8, and they recover crouching. And it starts up in 22 frames, kind of like Brian's, a little bit slower, but with more frame advantage. Ooh, he does, and that is good. Negan may have a really good rage game. Yep, he's got both kinds of rage drives. He's got the launcher, and he's got the wall splat kind that does damage on block, like Leo's, Fang's, Julia's, and Kazumi's, where it does damage. If they block it at the wall, they take damage. They take 5 damage. And this is good for closing out rounds with chip kills. So, from all of this, we can understand that Negan, he's wants his space. He's a lot like Miguel. I already know that Negan is easy to step. A lot of his best buttons are high and plus. So if your opponent doesn't want to crouch, keep them standing unless you just really want to terrorize them. Got a really good rage game, surprisingly. He's got the launchers and he's got the wall splat kind, which he may be the only character to have that. And then easy to do rage art. 22, yeah, minus 22, just like most of the other ones. Doesn't have Huarang's Rage Art, safe mid Rage Art, doesn't have that. But Negan's best moves are gonna be his moves from afar. Like, got good buttons to check people from coming in. And then he's got his stance, which is really strong. Got some really good options out of that. All in all, he's a good neutral game character with some cheeky little armor moves that give good launches. If you know your opponent's just gonna rush in and try to hit you with buttons. Not sure what the point of this is though. Maybe if you wanna style on your opponent. Yeah, some decent guaranteed counter hit damage stuff. 68 damage. I'm always shocked whenever I get hit with that. So yeah, that is, you can apply this to every other character in the game. Just go through their moves and see what they have, see what their moves are on block, just so you can get a good framework of the character, see if you would like to play them, and yeah, that is all. Thank you all for watching, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. Want me to do this with another character? Anything else? Any videos like that? Explanations on certain situations, wake ups, stuff like that. Generic parries, just anything. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to make a video on it. Because Tekken is a game about knowledge, and if you don't have that knowledge, like if you don't know this is minus 14, you're not going to use your minus 14 punish. You may, in fact, even let him get away with it. But if you know, then you can get your punish, and the game becomes a whole lot easier when you know how to deal with situations. That is why all the best players have been playing the same character for 5 years, 10 years, since Tekken 3. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time. Bye.